Thank you. I have to use a mic this year, so this is very different very different for me. So welcome, and thank you so much for coming this evening. This is actually our 33rd year of playing. And we actually have been doing something with the bells since the market began, so that's actually 35 years, because we had the bells up on the square, and I don't even have any recall of what we played, because we wouldn't have had any music in front of us, so it's a mystery on that one. And then we played one time in the courthouse, and I have mentioned before that was for our family who walked by. Nobody else, I think, knew we were up there. So that was when Elaine said, enough of that. We're coming to the sanctuary, and we're playing here, and they can come to us. And it's taken a few years. In the earlier years, there were very few people, but it has just grown and grown and grown, and we are so very grateful to walk out and see this crowd. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us, for sure. As I say, it's 33 years that we have been playing now in this sanctuary, and there are 3 of us that have been playing all of those 33 years, and I bet you can't tell who it is. I hope not. So, first of all, I want to thank Louis Salazar for playing for you for the last 20 minutes. Thank you, Louis. He graciously offered, and I said, of course, we'd love to have you play. So thank you so much for entertaining you. So we opened with, "O Come, Let Us Adore Him," and we're going to go to something a little quieter, a little more simple, and it's called A Pastoral Christmas, and it's based on "Sheep May Safely Graze" by Bach, "Away in a Manger," and "Infant Holy, Infant Lowly." You'll hear all 3 of them as we play through A Pastoral Christmas. I'm used to having us right on me. Before we go on any further, I wanted to introduce everyone who is up here. We actually have 2 new people playing with us this year, and I will talk about each of them as we go along. So we have Sally Strobeck down here at the end. Jay Bryan. Jay is new to us. She just joined us in September. We're extremely happy to have her. And Amber Carricker and Cherry Potov. Cherry actually joined us last January after this, so this is really her first concert with us as well. And she actually just walked into our practice in January and said, can you use some help? And we said, yes, we can use We were desperate. We'd lost a member, so yeah, we were extremely grateful. So Jessica Milberg, Letty Craze, Karen Bates, Polly Eldred, Hannah Miller, Bill Link, Vicki Hebron, Carol Miller, and I'm Chris Powell. They are such a great group of people. As I said before, they always put that up there, director. All I do is get the tempo set. I do pick the music, I order the music, but basically, we're on our own. You don't find, as I mentioned before, too many bell choirs that do not have somebody standing in front of them leading them, but Elaine Link was the one who initially got the handbells being used again over 33 years ago, and she wanted to play. She did not want to direct. So that's why we've done it this way from the beginning. We've never been used to doing it any other way, so it works for us. But you do have to listen very closely. We have to know that keep the tempo going. You don't have anybody to watch there for when you have a hold, and so it makes it more challenging. But it works for us, as I said. So our next piece is a new one to us this year, and it's called Caroling, Caroling. It's one of the Alfred Burt numbers. Alfred Burt was well known for a number of different Christmas pieces, so I hope you'll enjoy Caroling, Caroling. can I get used to that, Greg? I'm sorry. So the next piece is a children's song of the Nativity called How Far Is It to Bethlehem? And it's considered to be a lullaby. It's a traditional English carol, and I found something about it. Today I was looking for some information, and it says, it's as far as you have to go to discover that something extraordinary can happen in an ordinary place, that commonplace events and people can become the messengers of God to us. You see, Christmas came to little Bethlehem that we might know that no place is unknown to God. So how far is it to Bethlehem? It's becoming one of my favorites. I love that piece. The next one is a very familiar one. Blackburn Choir for many years used to end their concerts with Still, 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 and they would ring the whole chapel area at the end and have their lighted candles. It was so beautiful. So I hope it gives you that same sense of peace and serenity that it always did for me when it was sung by them. So one of the loveliest of pieces, I think, and it's a German carol, Still, Still, Still. Thank you very much. Doesn't that have kind of a music box sound and feel to it? Also, I was wanting to mention one of the techniques that is used, we were using there at the beginning of the piece, and it's called an LV, which means that you do not ever, you leave your bells up, you never put them back after the note has been played to stop the sound from it. It wants to carry that soft sound together, and eventually there'll be an R there, which means start ringing. And that means that you have to then ring and then take it back to your chest in order to get the sound to stop. It depends on what you have going on, of course. But we have several different techniques that we'll be using, and I'll try to give the name for all of them as we go along. I had a thought. Now my thought is gone. Sorry about that. But, I was going to talk, I've mentioned this before, and by the way, how many people are here for the first time? Do we have any that are here for the first time? All right. Wonderful. Thank you. I'm so glad to see you. Hope you'll be back. Hope we'll be back, you know. So we'll see if we can make 34. So nice to have you. And for some of you, I know there are some who've been Annette Bellum is one who has hardly, I don't think, ever missed a concert of ours. But so we appreciate you, Annette, and all the others who have been here so many years with us. But a piece of music is just like sitting down with a piece of piano music. So, we are not looking at just our part here. when I first started, I mentioned this before, that when Elaine put the music down in front of me, I was kind of astounded. I said, oh gosh, Elaine, I didn't think I would be having everything here, everything that everybody's playing. And I said, I'm just supposed to pick out my C and D in here? And she said, yes, you can do it. And you do, it becomes very natural, but it's a little surprising. It was not what I expected at all when I first started playing bells. So it takes a lot of concentration and counting, that's for sure. Our next piece is Mary Had a Baby. It's a traditional spiritual, but also incorporates Sweet Little Jesus Boy. You'll hear that one also, and eventually the both of them will be meshed together, and you'll hear both of them being played at the same time. So Mary Had a Baby along with Sweet Little Jesus Boy. on this next piece. We're going to be playing Now is Born the Divine Christ Child, and we will be using, some of us, mallets. And mallets can be used in a lot of different ways. Sometimes you hold your bell up and then hit it that way, and sometimes you have to hold several up at the same time, and then other times you have to leave them on the table, and that's what we'll be doing tonight. They'll be staying on the table, and we'll be playing them with the mallets then. I don't think we have any other different techniques on this one that I can think of, but thank you, Jessica. I forgot that we had what's called a shake at the end. Like that. We have a big one coming up in another piece. There, we'll shake our teeth out. Our next piece is Jesu Bambino, the infant child. And let's see, I don't think there's anything unique that I need to say about this particular piece, just how very lovely it really is. And I hope you'll enjoy it. It's such a peaceful piece. There were two different techniques. I think you saw the bigger bells down below were swinging on the last piece. All of them create a different sound. And then we were doing some modulatos into the our table. And I think that was the only other one. Yeah. Gosh, almost used that for my microphone. Greg, we cannot do this next year. We've got to have the other part. Oh, golly. So I cannot believe it, but we are actually reaching our next to last song. I said to somebody after doing this for 33 years, I can think of anything new to say that I haven't said multiple times here with the crowd, and so I've not been talking as much as I usually do, which maybe is a good thing. But I do want to say I hope you really have enjoyed also being part of having this in our sanctuary. We really work very hard to decorate it, and it's just such a beautiful atmosphere to be in. As I said earlier, I hope the evening has given you an opportunity to just sit back, relax, take in what the season really is all about. Jesus is the reason for the season. So I'm very grateful that we can do this for our community. I think it means a lot to us as much as it does to you. And so we are, as I say, very grateful for your attendance this evening and being part of this and for us. So our next to last piece is Angels We Have Heard on High. I also thought of something I wanted to say. For our new people that are here, they have to learn. We are playing, it seems like it's gone so fast, it doesn't seem like that many, but we play 10 pieces besides the piece that we really end with. That's a tremendous amount to learn in a very short period of time, and especially when they both have played before, but it had been a number of years, so it was almost a little bit like starting over again. But that's a big task, and they've done a marvelous job of it. And, we get nervous doing this, let alone for it being your first time of playing in front of a crowd. So I'm very proud of how well they have done this evening. They have worked hard for several months. So our next piece is Angels We Have Heard on High. Letty is going to move up to the organ, and we'll be accompanying her, and she's accompanying us at times. So Angels We Have Heard on High. Thank you so much. Traditionally now for a lot of years, we have ended our program with Were You There on that Christmas night. And as you know, I usually have Paul lower the lights for us, and so you can really feel and see what it's like with the lights coming down, and the tree and our wreath, everything is so beautiful. And you get to sing along with us on this one. You can take it down more, Paul. And words will be coming up. Some of you have sung it with us enough times now that you do know it really well. And we'll try to sing along with you when we can and take our eyes off for just a minute. So it's really one of my very favorite parts of the evening. I love hearing this song being sung in this beautiful sanctuary. So enjoy. Were you there on that Christmas night? I'll kind of bring you in when this actually starts here. so very much. Thank you for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope it's really, truly filled your heart with peace and contentment and serenity and a love for God. So thank you again for being with us this evening. Have a very Merry Christmas.